Charlotte, North Carolina. Case Keenum was battered but undeterred. The Vikings quarterback was sacked a season-high 6 times, threw 2 interceptions and lost a fumble in a 3,124 loss to Carolina on Sunday at Bank of America Stadium. So what was Keenum thinking after Minnesota's 8-game winning streak was snapped? "I'm looking to start another win streak," he said. The Vikings 103 lost for the first time since October 1st at home against Detroit. They also had their 5-game road winning streak snapped. But they didn't go down without a fight. Trailing 2,413 midway through the fourth quarter, they came back to tie the score 2,424 on Keenum's 52-yard 2-count pass to Adam Thielen and 2-point conversion with 536 left and a 27-yard field goal by Kai Forbath with 307 remaining. But just when it looked as if Minnesota's vaunted defense might step up and help secure another win, Carolina quarterback Cam Newton burst through the line for a 62-yard run to the Minnesota 8. Jonathan Stewart then leapt into the end zone from 1 yard out with 147 left for the winning score, his third 2-count run of the day. "That was unfortunate to give up a big run at the end of the game, a crucial time of the game," said Vikings safety Andrew Sendejo, who missed a tackle on Newton just beyond the line of scrimmage. "But we've just got to play better. We'll bounce back next week against Cincinnati at US Bank Stadium. We'll be fine." Sendejo put the Vikings in position to win when he intercepted a Newton pass at the Carolina 40 and returned it to 34 yards to the 6 with 436 left. But Latavius Murray was stopped for no gain. Keenum threw an incompletion to Stephon Diggs in the end zone and Keenum was sacked for a 3-yard loss, leading to Forbath's third field goal of the game. "I missed a throw. You have to score a 2-count there," Keenum said. The Vikings entered the game tied with Philadelphia for the best record in the NFC, but held the tiebreaker for the potential top seed in the NFC. But Sunday's loss ended up being a double whammy for Minnesota. The Eagles 112-1 at the Los Angeles Rams 4,335 to move a game ahead of the Vikings. And they help themselves if the tiebreaker comes down to a better record against common foes since Philadelphia has beaten Carolina. With Detroit 76 and Green Bay 76 both winning Sunday, the Vikings will have to wait until at least next week to clinch the NFC North. "We've got fighters," Vikings coach Mike Zimmer said. "We just didn't play good enough to win." The Vikings gave up 216 rushing yards, their most since allowing 230 on September 14, 2015 at San Francisco. Stewart ran 16 times for 103 yards, including a 60-yard TD run early in the first quarter for a 70 lead. The Panthers 94 overloaded the line on the right side on that play, moving left tackle and former Vikings player Matt Kalil to that side. Stewart then ran behind the right side of the line, and the Vikings never touched him. 2 plays altered the game, and they ended up coming out on top, Minnesota defensive tackle Tom Johnson said of the long runs by Stewart and Newton. Other than the big run, the Vikings mostly kept Newton in check. He completed 13 of 25 passes for 137 yards, highlighted by his 18-yard 2-count pass to a wide-open Devin Funchess for a 2,113 lead early in the third quarter. Carolina's defense intercepted Keenum on a long ball on Minnesota's first possession. The Panthers forced Keenum to fumble on a strip sack early in the third quarter. And they intercepted Keenum again early in the fourth quarter when Diggs bobbled the ball. Mario Addison forced the fumble at the Minnesota 17 and rolled the ball all the way to the Vikings 35 before an alert Mike Adams ended up and ran to the 31. That led to a Graham Gano 41-yard field goal and a 2,413 lead for the Panthers. "I tried to look down the field too long, took one extra hitch," Keenum said. Keenum, 83 as a starter, completed 27 of 44 passes for 280 yards and 2 2-counts, his first one being an 18-yarder to tight end Kyle Rudolph that tied the score 77 midway through the first quarter. But Keenum was sacked 6 times. He hadn't been sacked more than twice in any previous game this season. Keenum credited Carolina's great defense, but the Vikings also playing with a patchwork offensive line. Center Pat Elflein was out with a shoulder injury, and right tackle Mike Remmers, who has a back injury, missed his 5th straight game. Late in the fourth quarter, left tackle Riley Reiff was sidelined with an ankle injury, and he was in a walking boot after the game. The Vikings also had plenty of struggles in the red zone after having done so well recently in that area. In 4 trips inside the Carolina 20, they came away with 1 2-count and 3 field goals. "I'm disappointed in Sunday, but I'm not despaired," Keenum said. "And I think everybody in this locker room is ready to start another streak."